The Comic Book Syndicate is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, come in, man.
Hey, boy. What's going on?
Oh, lots.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you came by. I went to London today, comic book store. I picked up some major deals.
Got some good deals?
This store, I think they're new because I don't think they know what they're doing.
So let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got.
Okay, this one, first try.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. Right away, I got it. Justice League #1. First try. Check it out. Barcode right in the back.
Yeah, see, this isn't Justice League #1. This is actually Justice League International Special.
No. Yeah, the international issue. International issue.
It's worthless. It's basically worthless.
Okay.
So that one, I mean, I'm sure the rest are fine, but that one, yeah.
You like X-Men?
I love X-Men. Yeah, what do you got here?
Special edition.
Okay.
#2. So check that out.
That's
It's
weird.
Beast. Yeah, Beast from the X-Men.
No.
And
Yeah.
and his mutant friends there.
The only thing is this is not Beast #2. This is Number of the Beast.
Number 2.
No, and that's from Wildstorm, not from Marvel. So it's not X-Men. There's no X-Men on there. It's totally
Okay. Oh, it looked like mutants in there.
no, nothing.
Yeah, but
to do with
there's-
X-Men.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got? What's this here?
Avengers #2.
Whoa. Oh.
Check it out. It's in mint shape too.
Actually, this is not Avengers #2. This is West Coast Avengers, Giant Size Annual #2 from 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't the. That's Dr. Druid. He wasn't in the original Avengers, so it's completely worthless. Yeah. What do you got here? What's this one here? Crown Jewel there? What?
Yeah. Spider-Man #1.
Wow.
And from what he explained to me was a special edition.
Wait a minute.
Like the way he explained it to me, that there's only so many made. And notice the old paper.
Yeah.
Notice how old the paper's it's printed on.
No. This is not Spider-Man #1. Okay. This is Spider-Man and Zoids #1
Yeah.
from the UK.
What's that mean?
What else? What's the last one there you got?
This one I'm a little bit excited about.
Okay. What do you got?
No price on it.
Mm-hmm.
No date.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The guy said, "Make me an offer."
What do you think? Either. Yeah.
I shot out. I made him an offer right off the bat for
Yeah.
10.
And he took it? Well, it's probably because this is Superman meets the Quick Bunny. Okay? It's a giveaway. So, what did you pay for that one?
10.
10? Well, $10 is not too bad.
10,000.
On nothing. This is worthless. You might as well recycle these.
Well, so do you want to get in on this? Or? The show is blown by leaps and bounds. We have a budget now. We spend like $7 an episode. We got mics. We got like wireless mics.
Oh, I got pants.
And pants for George. But we have these state-of-the-art microphones for this episode. It's phenomenal. And you're not going to, you won't be able to tell when we're talking into them. But this is what one of the mics look like. So let's just test it out. Our guest today, Dale Jacobs. Dale?
Yes?
What brings you onto the show?
Mike asked me to come on to the show.
We have Dale Jacobs here from University of Windsor. Thank you for
You're
coming
welcome.
on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
Some of the viewers don't know what you're all about and what you do there at the U, so
I teach in the English department at the University of Windsor. I teach writing courses, but I also teach courses about comics. Every once in a while, I'm currently teaching a fourth-year seminar on contemporary graphic novel.
okay, wait, time out. So I can go to University of Windsor and learn about comic books.
You could, if you were enrolled in that course.
That's awesome.
So you focus on Wolverine's second costume, the brown and orange versus the blue in the.
No,
yeah.
I'll leave that to you and the discussion on the show.
Ouch.
Okay,
That
hey.
was a little low there. We have some comics we're going to review today. I think you've picked these too as well, right?
I think so, yeah.
You picked the high-end art ones, sort of Picasso-esque,
did.
or sort of Nietzsche kind of.
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Okay. Okay, so this is a Supergirl in the 8th grade, number 1. This is by Larry Q. Walker and Eric Jones. Tell us why you recommended it.
I recommended actually all three of these because one of the things I'm interested in is comics for kids and literacy. And one of the things that I think has happened with comic books is they've become used for education a lot. A lot of schools use comics for education. In the past, they had been used as a way to get kids interested in reading and then just reading real literature. One of the things I'm interested in doing is getting people to see that reading comics, what I call multimodal literature, it's complex and it's closer to the kind of reading we do on a computer screen, where we make meaning out of all the different elements, the visual, the spatial, the words. In comics, you have representation of sound through visuals. It's incredibly complicated what happens. So I wanted to focus on that, and I chose these because, you know, we talk about the demographic of reading comics. It keeps getting older and older and older.
Sure.
So we need to get kids interested, I think, in comics. And the ones that I chose today, I think they all do a really good job, and they don't dumb the comics down for kids.
So this book is meant for kids, though.
This is absolutely, it's meant for kids.
100%
It's meant for kids, and one of the things I think that's great, especially about this book, is that it teaches kids how to read comics. And this is
Panel
meant
by
to be
panel.
panel by
Yeah.
panel to show you how you follow. And a nice page like this, where you have the descending panels as she falls, it really teaches you how to read a comic book.
Sometimes, and I'm going to be completely honest, like I pick up a comic book and I don't know if I'm going in the right order. I'm completely honest. Like I'm reading the story and I'm looking at the pictures, but sometimes I think, like, was I supposed to go left to right, or am I supposed to go up to down to? I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, somewhat confusing, right?
And if it's that confusing for someone who's been reading comics for a long time, I think the creators, they haven't done their job.
Well, you know, it's like you say, they're not doing their job. The classic artists of the 60s, Joe Kubert, Jack Kirby, Jim Aparo in the 70s, they led your eye through the page. And to me, from what I know, that was what was taught from the top down, and now that art has been lost. And there are guys that come in that are really good technicians, but don't know how to lead you through the page, and it's not even something that's enforced by editors, so it doesn't even matter. It's like a lost art form.
Like a good friend of ours, or a good friend of the show, Tony Gray,
Yes.
told us that a successful story or a successful artist could draw an entire comic book and tell you the story with no words.
Sure, absolutely.
So I mean, now it's a matter of just balancing that as far as the literacy aspect. But how did this book? I mean, you read the book. I mean, how's the book? I mean, how do you think kids are gonna relate to this book? And
I think this book works really well for kids because it talks about things they're interested in. It talks about what it's like to go to school, right? And to not
yes.
fit into school.
Yes, alienation.
Alienation from school. There's the panel you were going
This
to.
one right
yeah.
here. Yeah, she's in school. She doesn't understand the simplest things here. I'm not going to read it all, but like she doesn't. She thinks this is an animal, a creature. Because
Well, it's because she's an alien, right? She's a Kryptonian,
yeah, exactly.
so she doesn't
And-
understand.
And so she stands in for that. When you went to a new school and you were the new kid and everyone
Sure,
was laughing
doesn't
at you,
fit in.
and so the reader can relate to this. Now, I want to point out, you asked if this was for kids. It is for kids. I would rather read this than any other Supergirl comic that's out on the stands right now,
Oh, yeah.
because there's something to relate to.
Yeah. And I think
And it's funny.
I think it's better written and funnier than most of the superhero comics that are out there right now, honestly.
Yep.
Well, and to lead into the next book, this is a line that DC is doing, right?
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
doing Tiny Titans.
Yeah.
They're doing the Shazam book.
hold
Wait.
off on Shazam. We're gonna touch on Shazam
Well,
when we
you're
come back from break.
Shazam. Yeah.
We're gonna go to break and come back with Shazam. Yeah?